Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to Pressing Matters, Pakistan's premier football podcast, where all of the footballing news from around the world is dissected and analyzed. Please follow Pressing Matters on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitter. And make sure you leave your feedback, for that is always welcome. And now, without further ado, your host with the most, Ismail Farooq.
This is Pressing Matters, returning once again after a very long break. Lekin we're back and not much has changed in England at the top, जहाँ पे ये title race कुछ ऐसी है कि the likes of which we've never seen. I mean, sure there have been title races जिसके अंदर there have been twists and turns. Aguero का वो moment याद आता है जिसके अंदर end पे उसने United और they were celebrating literally at the end of their match, लेकिन वो title City के पास चला गया. But इस तरह की title race नहीं देखी जिसके अंदर the top two are so far ahead of everyone and they are setting a pace that anyone has not seen from a top two ever in England. So, I mean, some stats to back this up. A combined total of 98 plus 97 points that has not been seen in the Premier League ever. Or if Liverpool fail to win it, which they most likely will by now, they will be the highest points total. It will be the highest points total by runners up in the history of English football, and I think in the history of the top five leagues as a whole. क्योंकि रियल मैड्रिड थी जिसका सेकंड बेस्ट जिसका अभी रिकॉर्ड है 96 पॉइंट्स का मैनुअल पेलेग्रिनी की जो रियल मैड्रिड थी. तो guys, do you think Liverpool has any chance of oh, by the way, we have a debutant, Haris Saleemi. काफ़ी ज़्यादा ट्विटर पे आपको ये मिलेंगे मर्जी सारी के खिलाफ बात करते हुए और स्पेशली जोनल मार्किंग के काफ़ी अगेंस्ट हैं. उसकी भी शायद कभी हमारे से बात कर लें. एंड वी हैव अली शान एज वेल एज ऑलवेज a regular feature. So Haris, do you think Liverpool have any chance of winning the title?
I think it's just one game, Brendan Rodgers, if he could pull something out of the hat. But honestly speaking, I don't think City will draw points at this point. Because Pep has adapted to the league. It's not the same Pep that we've seen over the years. Attack is the best form of defense, and all those arguments, they go into the trash can in the Premier League. We've seen Pep Guardiola defending like with 10 men at the back in recent games. Exactly. So Pep Guardiola has adapted, and at this point, I think they've won the last, I don't know how many games in a row.
Yeah, they haven't dropped a single point since January, which is incredible.
Incredible.
Liverpool have not dropped a single point since February, but it's still not good enough because City are just that one.
And I think the biggest thing right now is that Liverpool have the Champions League still. They have to play Barcelona twice, and City have one game a week now. So and they have 2 days extra for the game against Leicester as well because they play on Monday night. So I think it's looking very hard for Liverpool to make the dream come true.
Exactly. मतलब यही है कि 7-8 मैचेस दोनों टीम जीतते आ रही हैं और मतलब आप you would think if City were to drop points, it would have been against United at Old Trafford या Spurs at home after the Champions League they lost against Spurs. लेकिन उन दोनों मैचेस भी उन्होंने बड़ी प्रोफेशनली निकाल लिए 1-0 and 2-0. And that's the main thing. City have adapted defensively. और मतलब ठीक है पर्सनल चेंजेस भी वो 6 बंदे ले आते पीछे, लेकिन उसके अलावा भी ये लिवरपूल एंड सिटी बोथ आर कीपिंग क्लीन शीट्स. और मतलब आगे तो हमेशा ही पता नहीं आखिर कब होगा इन दोनों ने स्कोर नहीं किया था. तो मतलब दैट्स बेसिकली द ब्लूप्रिंट फॉर विनिंग अ टाइटल. पीछे सॉलिड रखो और आगे 1-2 गोल निकालो. और लाइक सिटी का यही हो रहा है कि दे डोंट पैनिक एट एनी टाइम. आई डोंट रिमेंबर द लास्ट टाइम दे हैड टू रिजॉर्ट टू पोस्ट 80th मिनट विनर टू मतलब कोई अपना मैच जीतने के लिए. दे ऑलवेज गेट
incredible stat था कि अभी अपार्ट फ्रॉम ये जो अभी लास्ट गेम थी आई थिंक अगेंस्ट स्पर्स के बाद इन्होंने कौन सा मैच खेला यूनाइटेड वाला. दैट वाज द फर्स्ट टाइम इन आई थिंक अ कपल ऑफ मंथ्स वेयर दे weren't in the lead after the 6th minute. तो इसका मतलब है वो 6 मिनट से पहले ही गोल कर लेते थे. दैट इज इनक्रेडिबल. और बर्नली के खिलाफ भी मुझे थोड़ी सी ग्लिमर ऑफ होप मिल रही थी कि किसी ना किसी तरह कर लेंगे, लेकिन आई थिंक 29.53 मिलीमीटर से Aguero का गोल
और दूसरी तरफ दूसरे उस पर भी वो यूज हुई थी.
और अब लिवरपूल्स टाइटल चांसेस वंस अगेन रेस्ट विद द बिग मैन ब्रेंडन रॉजर्स हु ऑनेस्टली ओज अस अ टाइटल. तो गुड लक ब्रेंडन. उसके अलावा बट आई रियली डोंट थिंक लेस्टर हैव ब्रेंडन रॉजर्स ऐसी एक डिफेंस सेटअप कर सकते हैं सिटी को रोकेगी. श्योर वो एक आधा कर देंगे बट आई थिंक सिटी विल आउटस्कोर देम. Let's talk a bit about Liverpool's rotten luck. A couple of stats here to just show how unlucky this Liverpool side is. Based on 3 points per win, Liverpool have already matched or beaten 2,417 of the 2,443 teams to finish an England top flight season. मतलब अभी तक जितने भी सीजन हुए हैं उसके अंदर से लिवरपूल वुड प्रोबेबली बी चैंपियंस 95% ऑफ द टाइम और अबव. और लेकिन मसला ये है कि यर्गन क्लॉप और जो बॉयज हैं उन्होंने जब इतनी अच्छी टीम एक असेंबल करके पॉइंट्स टैली किए हैं वो उसी वक्त है जब वी आर सीइंग वन ऑफ इफ नॉट द ग्रेटेस्ट प्रीमियर लीग साइड एवर. तो डू यू थिंक दिस लिवरपूल साइड विल स्लिप अवे नेक्स्ट सीजन? इज दिस अ सस्टेन्ड रन बाय यर्गन क्लॉप या फिर वो ब्रेंडन रॉजर्स वाला सीन है कि एक साल बहुत हाई है और फिर अगले साल दे विल diminish?
I think when we talk about Klopp, we talk about a system that has taken a few years to build up. So I don't think it's going to slip up as long as they can retain all their players, Mane, Salah, and with a few additions, obviously. They've got a good young spine as well in the team, and they've got players such as Trent Arnold and Robertson coming up, and they have a few, and they finally have a good goalkeeper as well, which they are likely to keep for a longer time as well. I don't think at this point the issue is with Liverpool sustaining. I think it's coming up or overcoming the mentality that has, that at the end comes up to people, and people come up and say that it's down to luck. But if you look at the title race, and when and if City win the title, it's going to come down to the match that Liverpool lost against City. I think that's the last game they lost.
Yeah. That's the only game.
Yeah, exactly. So if you look at it in that context, I think you have to say that it's even though City have been obviously very good, it's Liverpool had the chance in their own hands, and they sort of kind of watered
some
it.
extent that they had a 7 or 10 point lead at one 7 point lead.
और तब सिटी को नहीं खेले थे तो basically
Yeah, it was a 7 point lead. So like you can't blame Liverpool on this. Honestly, like they have only lost one match the entire year. City have lost 4. But I think the other yesterday I was looking at the top 6 mini table, and like I think City have taken the league over there.
Yeah.
They have out of 26 points, I think they have 21,
and
second is Liverpool 15. So it's not a bad return by any stretches of imagination, basically. But still, I think City have set the level so high that you can't even afford a draw away from home, because City, I think they only lost to Chelsea away, and the other one was
they drew at Liverpool away.
Palace.
They drew at Liverpool away, even the top 6 minute away. And even then they had the chance to win. So I think the blueprint for now is okay, you have to play, the level is so high that you have to win against the top 6
exactly.
if you want to win the league. So
City ने अब ये मतलब गार्डियोला और City ने अब ये कर दिए कि मुझे याद है I think October we played Arsenal away and we drew that
1-1,
match.
yes.
And a lot of people came out of that match feeling disappointed. और I don't know कब से हुआ है, जब से मैं फुटबॉल देख रहा हूँ तब तो ये नहीं होता था. An away draw at the Emirates was always considered a solid result. और टाइटल भी आप चेस करो तो सॉलिड रिजल्ट होता था ड्रॉ अवे at the Emirates. लेकिन इतना रिलेंटलेस मैनचेस्टर सिटी ने इस टाइटल रेस को, प्रीमियर लीग टाइटल रेस को बना दिया कि अब आपको लिटरली हर मैच जीतना होता है, वरना यूर लाइक के this could be an opportunity lost because they're not going to draw too many points. इस सीजन ये लग रहा था कि when they lost न्यूकासल और क्रिस्टल पैलेस वगैरह तो लोगों ने कहा कि they're not the invincible force that they were last season. कुछ बीच में है chinks in the armor, और लिवरपूल को यही जो है ना वो मिल रहा था. एक समझ लो कि they were kind of hopeful कि न्यूकासल के बाद भी even we've drawn with United, we've drawn with Everton, लेकिन it's not possible that they're going to go the entire season without dropping another point, but they did. And hats off to them. The other side of the coin, which is the top 4 race, which is a totally different story. I mean, यहाँ पे तो perfection चल रही है, वहाँ पे कोई top 4 spot चाहता ही नहीं है और third भी नहीं चाहता apparently, क्योंकि टॉटनहम भी West Ham से हार गई है. It's really bizarre. I don't understand. एक तो gap already हमें पता था कि City और City Liverpool का बाकियों से काफ़ी ज़्यादा है, लेकिन एक इतना टेरिबल रन ऑफ फॉर्म सबका एक साथ हिट करना. मैं एक स्टैट पढ़ा था जिसके अंदर इन द लास्ट 6 मैचेस द अदर 4 साइड्स हैव ओनली टेकन 6 पॉइंट्स इन टोटल. दैट्स अमेजिंग. एक हमारे पास चेल्सी फैन यहाँ पे बैठा हुआ है, एक आर्सेनल फैन यहाँ पे बैठा हुआ है. आई एम श्योर दे हैव देयर ग्रीवेंसेस. We'll start with United versus Chelsea. Haris, did you agree with the team he set out? He didn't have Ruben, obviously Hudson-Odoi is injured, but he didn't have Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and he brought Alonso back in, which you've been a big critic of. So did you agree with the team?
I've been a critic of Alonso, but as I tweeted before the match, I completely agreed with the team last night. Because Ruben Loftus-Cheek does not, give the same level of defensive cover that Kovacic does. And if you watch the game in hindsight, you look at the first half and you see Chelsea getting overplayed because of the zonal setup and the high line. And when you look at Alonso versus, I don't agree in isolation that Alonso is a very capable left back, but when you compare him to Emerson has no end product at the business side of things, and what he has over Alonso is a burst of pace. And against United, I don't think Chelsea needed that because United don't play out much from the plan. Yeah. So if you watch a few clips from the match, Alonso actually did very well in the air because United were lofting a lot of balls at the back post time and time again, which Alonso was able to clear. And I don't think Emerson would have been able to do that because he's been guilty of letting his marker slip. So I did agree with the team selection. I did, however, not agree with the game plan, and it showed that we sort of came out lucky in the first half. I think in the second half we did much better and could have scored, but it's football. It's a game of thin margins, and I think the game plan could have been better.
अच्छा तो because this is something that I've noticed, United को obviously a terrible run of form, जैसे कि हमने बात की है, which is frankly the case for everyone down there. लेकिन एक चीज़ जो मैंने नोट किया पिछली 2 गेमों में ये है कि यूनाइटेड कम रनिंग आउट द ब्लॉक्स इन द फर्स्ट 20 बहुत ज़्यादा वो अपनी तरफ से एनर्जी वगैरह देते हैं. सिटी के खिलाफ भी फर्स्ट 20 दे वर गुड. और फिर आई डोंट नो उनकी फिटनेस का मसला है या उनके कॉन्फिडेंस का मसला है, वो उसमें गोल नहीं है, गोल कर भी लेते हैं तो देन दे जस्ट डाई आउट. और उसके अंदर फिर ये हुआ था कि चेल्सी should have capitalized but they failed to do so. Higuain especially I thought was really poor. उससे सीधी touches वगैरह नहीं हो रही थी. और एक दो instances थे when the famous Sarri ball came into effect, Jorginho and Hazard linked up well. वो लेकिन आगे जाती थी. उधर इटली में you had Mertens जो सही link up play कर लेता था, यहाँ पे जाके move break down कर जाती थी वहाँ पे. So I think that's a lot that Sarri needs to look at. Speaking of things that need to be looked at, David De Gea. उसके साथ क्या हुआ है?
Another high
I have
profile
no words.
मतलब Harisli is having a day right now.
उसको कह रहा है कि
लेकिन I think he has made a goal error leading to a goal in the past 3 matches. And 3 out of 4 matches.
The last 3.
3 in the last 4 matches. And like the stat we पढ़ा था in the last और उससे पहले in the last 120 matches he had made 3 errors across, like basically that's an error per season, so like you could be forgiven for that. लेकिन I don't know what's going on. मतलब honestly
एकदम से किस वजह से गिर गए, क्या
हुआ?
Future problem.
कुछ समझ नहीं आ रही कि मतलब और ज़्यादा बड़ा मसला ओले करने के लिए लाइक गोल कीपिंग वाज दैट वन पोजीशन जो उसको पता था फिक्स्ड है, आगे मैंने कुछ करना है, और अब यही चीज़ आ रही है. लेकिन कल उसका मैं इंटरव्यू भी पढ़ा था एंड ही वाज लाइक काफ़ी उसने बैक किया था डिगिया को, और लाइक व्हिच इज ट्रू. मतलब कि 4 out of 5 सीजन उनका प्लेयर ऑफ द ईयर है. इस सीजन भी ये चीज़ को ओवरशैडो कर रही है कि ठीक है उसने ये 3 एरर्स किए लेकिन ही हैज़ बीन मेकिंग सम अमेजिंग सेव्स टू. लेकिन हाँ मतलब विद द लेवल ही हैज सेट फॉर हिमसेल्फ, तो ऑब्वियसली ही इज गॉन रॉन्ग हियर. और मतलब मुझे खुद समझ नहीं आ रही हो क्या रहा है. लाइक चलो अगर आप डेविड लुइस की शूट होती है कुछ, वो थोड़ी डेप शिप करती है, तो रुडिगर की नॉर्मल सी शूट थी, लाइक यू शुड बी गैदरिंग, ही वुड बी गैदरिंग दिस 9 out of 10 टाइम्स. लेकिन मतलब
But he did save United 2 points at the end from the Higuain shot.
मतलब यही है कि अब वो Higuain की मतलब even though he didn't know a lot कि क्या करे, लेकिन he just made the angle for it, और like Higuain वही था ज़्यादा Higuain ने miss की थी.
But I think if we look at United in isolation, De Gea should be the least of their problems right now. They have a lot more to fix right now.
यार अगर अभी टॉप 4 का देखा जाए तो सीन ये कि टॉटनम आर on 70 points, they're third. Chelsea are 4th with 68, Arsenal have 66, they're 5th, and United have 65. Where do you guys see this going? I think Chelsea have the best chance to capitalize now. हमने पहले 1-2 एपिसोड्स पहले बात की थी टॉप 4 की, हमने कहा था आर्सेनल के सबसे इजी फिक्चर्स हैं, बट देन वी आल्सो सेड इट्स आर्सेनल, सो यू नेवर नो, और दे प्रूव्ड अस राइट. Chelsea meanwhile I think साड़ी के लिए बेस्ट न्यूज़ है considering all the backlash वगैरह he's gotten के एंड पे किसी तरह if he plays his cards right तो वो थर्ड भी आ सकते हैं. there is a chance. Haris, if he comes third or even fourth, मैंने कहीं पे पढ़ा था कि चेल्सी बोर्ड ने उसको सिर्फ कहा था कि तुमने टॉप 4 आना है सीजन, उसके बाद देखते हैं. Do you think it's going to be a success for him personally, and do you think people who are calling for his head will stop? Because I don't think they're going to, regardless of what he does.
Yeah, जहाँ तक बात है calling for his head, there is much more at stake and there is much more that has been going on apart from the top 4 race. That You see, if you look at it compared to last season, Chelsea haven't exactly done very well. Chelsea finished last season with 70 points, and the max that they could do right now is 74. And then you look at the fact that Chelsea did not have Champions League last year. They do have Europa League this year, so that has made a few things easier. If you look at the number of goals scored, Chelsea have the least number of goals scored in the top six. I think.
Sorry to cut you off. पिछले साल European competition था.
Champions League, yeah.
Group stage कब आए?
It's round of 16.
हाँ अच्छा सही है. लेकिन isn't playing Thursday, Sunday a bit more difficult?
Chelsea's form has shown that we haven't won any of our last 6 fixtures that we've played after the Europa League.
वो एक hangover
But I think the major start here is that if this Chelsea squad were to compete in the Champions League right now, we would probably have the least number of goals scored in that as well. So Europa League, I think in hindsight it has been a blessing in disguise for Chelsea. I don't think Sarri would have done very well in that. And if you go at it by if the blind eye test, you see the Chelsea play attacking football, but then you see the number of goals scored, and it's very poor. And you could blame it on Chelsea's issues up front, but there's a lot more wrong with the system. That my issue with Sarri is that he is very inflexible, and his team selections often show a huge amount of bias. So I think if he can overcome that,
and in what sense? Jorginho वगैरह?
Exactly, you see Jorginho, you see Higuain, who has been starting games for no reason in the Premier League time and time again. I think yesterday I probably would have wanted Giroud to start, but I knew that would not happen at any cost.
Hazard ने भी कहा ना he wants to play with Giroud.
Exactly, because Giroud does bring out the better in, because in close spaces I think Giroud is a much better striker, and when you play a system that Chelsea do, I think that is Giroud's issues and Giroud's drawbacks are very easy to see. But I think what he does very well with that.
It's not like he's having a bad season. He's a top scorer in Europa League.
Exactly.
That counts for something. I think
Higuain, I think, is criminally underrated.
He is underrated. Like, the thing is, I don't get his fascination with Higuain. He has scored like 3 goals since he has arrived. Why don't you give a chance to Giroud?
Yeah.
But he has been scoring goals. When he is getting the chances, he is scoring the goals. So if you could just lay down one chance for him at Old Trafford, I think if he puts that away, you have to trust him.
If we only talk about potential, right now Giroud is doing what he can. If we talk about Higuain, I don't think he is doing what he can. Exactly. So I think that disparity in focus and quality, it's really showing for Sarri, and I personally don't want him sacked, but at some point I think he will have to revisit his ways.
मेरा मसला ये है सब के साथ, मुझे अब गार्डियोला की the reason why Guardiola has been so successful is कि Man City prepared the ground for him before he came. उन्होंने सारी facilities रखी हुई थी. By that I mean they had Cheeky जो उसका बार्सिलोना में साथ वो होता था sporting director, उसको रखा हुआ था. सब का जो है ऑब्जेक्टिव वो geared towards the fact था कि पेप की फुटबॉल वाले प्लेयर्स लेकर आने, we need to facilitate Pep to get the best out of this entire team. साड़ी का बिल्कुल उल्टा हिसाब है. साड़ी के आने के वक्त ये था कि कॉन्टे की टीम थी which played a back 3 or a back 5. Players like Azpilicueta and Alonso are neither right backs nor center backs. Sorry, left, उसके केस में लेफ्ट मिडफील्डर नहीं है, वो ना लेफ्ट बैक है, वो बीच के लेफ्ट विंग बैक है. वो बैक 3 में सेंटर बैक खेल सकता है लेकिन 2 में नहीं खेल सकता. ही इज़ नॉट अ गुड राइट बैक इन बैक 4. तो इस तरह के बड़े मसले थे. अब कांटे वाला मसला था. आई डोंट थिंक द प्लेयर्स वर राइट टू ब्रिंग समवन लाइक मोरिजियो साड़ी इन, जिसके साथ आपने पोजेशन फुटबॉल खेलनी है, स्पेशली व्हेन क्या उसे कहते हैं, पूरे जब से अभी रिसेंट हिस्ट्री में क्लब में इस तरह की फिलॉसफी नहीं है, ना ही आपका वो ऊपर डायरेक्टर ऑफ फुटबॉल को इस तरह का है जो इस तरह की फिलॉसफी करे. तो आई थिंक ही वाज डूम्ड टू फेल इन द सेंस कि ही वाजंट गोइंग टू एवर इम्प्लीमेंट हिज स्टाइल ऑफ फुटबॉल. बट आई गेट योर पॉइंट का मसला है कि ही स्टिल परसिस्टिंग विद द स्टाइल ऑफ प्ले.
एग्जैक्टली.
लेकिन वही था सीजन के स्टार्ट से देयर वर प्रॉब्लम्स विद इट. लेकिन विद द रीसेंट मतलब उसने कैलम हडसन-ओडोई खिलाया, ही स्टार्टेड प्लेइंग हिम. उसने फिर वो रूबन लॉफ्टस को खिलाया, ही स्टार्टेड प्लेइंग एमरसन. मतलब आई थिंक ट्राई वो कर रहा है, लेकिन आई थिंक यू हैव
टू, which is very late by the way. Which is very late. It's taken him.
Do you think these are Champions League players? Because I don't think Chelsea have the squad for a Champions League.
I think they have the worst squad in the top 6 barring Hazard, and if he leaves तो मतलब बहुत बड़े मसले होंगे.
ट्रांसफर बैन का बाय द वे क्या अपडेट है? Can they buy players in the summer?
अभी भी नहीं आया उसका अपडेट.
नहीं पता.
But I disagree with the earlier notion that you've said that Chelsea, did not support Sarri. See, you give Sarri a 60 million midfielder, and you give him coaches that he wanted. you bring a 72 million keeper, and then you give him the striker that he wanted. See, now you've given him 4 players plus the players that he knew already existed at the club. And the hallmark of a good manager is that he does best with what he has. You know, Pep came in and he had a 500 million war chest that he could use. And Sarri has come to Chelsea at a time where he knows, and he should have known, that this is not going to be the case. So you will have to work with what you've got. And the major issue with Sarri is that he has not done that. I mean, you could say that this squad is not at the level that City is, but even if I look at the squad, do I get the feeling that Sarri has improved each and every player? And I think no, that has not happened.
But do you think they're better than fourth because they're set to come fourth?
Yeah, I think fourth is the level right now. It's not just for Sarri, it's for Chelsea as a club, it's for Roman Abramovich, it's for every issue that we've had. Fourth is the right spot, and I don't think we can do much better. Fifth, sixth probably, but not above fourth. I think Tottenham deserves third.
I think you have to give Sarri some another chance. Basically, he's getting Pulisic in the summer. और मतलब depends on the transfer and और क्या कर सकता है, लेकिन
Hazard is
he has to show some flexibility as well, which he has recently. You know, Chelsea have started to defend a little deeper in some games, so that is adapting, and that is what you have to do in the Premier League.
Rudiger एक player है जो कि
I think he's improved Kante a lot. मुझे तो लगता है Kante on the ball बहुत अच्छा हो गया. उसकी late runs into the box वगैरह उसकी काफी
बॉल में वो काफी कैरिंग वगैरह वो सही बात कर रहे हैं. He has improved his aspect. Like I think that's a testament to Kante. मतलब वो उसने
I think more towards Kante.
पूरी पोजीशन उस टाइम ने किया. Like I think Rudiger went off with a knock here too. Like उसकी क्या prognosis है वो लंबा है.
But David Luiz को भी कुछ feel हुआ
था. That was, I think he was acting it up to just get a substitution right. Yeah.
Rudiger का लेकिन बहुत बड़ा issue हो सकता है.
Yeah, I think he's been our best defender. The thing is, when you leave your defenders exposed for about 60 minutes every game, then you have to be ready for injuries like these. And losing Rudiger at this point, I think it's down to Sarri, and it's also not a very good thing because we have a lot of huge matches coming up.
Where do you see the top four going right now? Is it too hard to call?
Not really. I think United are out. They have the easiest 2 fixtures, but I don't think
they're good enough.
Arsenal they're good enough to win the 2 games, but I don't think Chelsea and Arsenal are bad enough to lose the next 2, which they need.
Arsenal are definitely
because they have a goal difference of -7 in relative terms, and with 8 with Chelsea. So I don't see United coming. I think it's a race between Chelsea and Arsenal, and Arsenal do have the easiest fixtures. But I'm counting on Arsenal to be Arsenal.
Chelsea कौन से रह गए?
Chelsea have Watford and Leicester.
Leicester away and Watford at home.
Yeah,
Leicester away is going to be.
I mean, if we get the game against Watford, I think that could seal our fortune.
You just need a draw in the last match. So
Arsenal, by the way, had a 6 or 7 goal difference positive a few weeks. And now they're one down. I mean,
Shayan, do you think Spurs are going to pull off a Spurs?
No, I think Spurs are doing their best.
Do they have to play Everton, by the way? Don't they have Everton to play, by the way?
Spurs, I still think will.
I mean, if they have Everton to play, then we can have a major turn again.
The Champions League fixture as well. Spurs बहुत ज़्यादा drained है उनके squad.
And they've lost Kane.
West Ham at their home. So मतलब.
They've lost Kane.
Players ही नहीं हैं उनके players हैं सारे.
Lekin I still think they'll get the top 4 job done.
Yeah, I think
they are doing their best to bottle that.
I think they deserve that. I think they deserve top 4. I mean, I hate Tottenham, but they do. Pochettino does at least.
United, Arsenal, and Chelsea don't deserve top 4. Any one of these.
Yeah, कल मैं वो match देख रहा था United.
United's second half was like literally 45 minutes of the worst.
It was really torrid football. Let's talk about some beautiful football over at Barcelona, where they won their 8th La Liga title in 11 seasons, which is unprecedented in La Liga. I mean, जब 2008 में Pep Guardiola आया था, तब I think उनका difference Real Madrid के साथ था कोई 10 से ऊपर का था, और अब 13 का था, और अब now they're at they were on 13 league titles, now they're on 26. And Messi has won 10 titles with Barcelona.
He's won 60% of the titles.
And he has won a total of the 60% of Barcelona league titles, which is incredible. इस तरह की league success एक club की sustained in such a great time for Spanish football. जब आपके पास Mourinho की Real Madrid थी, Ronaldo was in La Liga, which it's incredible. और one thing that I think is overlooked, and Shayan, the Messi
No.
praise is about to start, is the consistency that he has over 38 games, week in, week out, for 10 seasons. He has. अच्छा पहले तो इनिएस्टा और जेवी होते थे ना, पहले वो था, फिर नेमार था, तो तब कहते थे कि वो, आई थिंक जो लास्ट 2 सीजन उसने ला लीगा जितवाई है उन्होंने, दैट हैज बीन हिज मोस्ट इम्प्रेसिव अचीवमेंट, स्पेशली लास्ट सीजन जब रोनाल्डो था, रियल मैड्रिड जो यूरोपियन कप चैंपियंस थे, they came, I think there was their points difference was 16 or something here, और वो मेसी सिंगल हैंडेडली उनको जिताया था, उसने एक मैच नहीं खेला था और वो हार गए थे. और इस सीजन his stats are he has scored 46 goals in 45 games and has 19 assists. It's incredible. अब बस देखते हैं कि आगे वो क्या करेगा, because whenever we say कि अब शायद he'll slow down, he just
लेकिन
doesn't.
अब let's see कि मतलब उसका मैं भी पढ़ रहा था अभी स्टार्ट एट द कैंप न्यू, पता नहीं कितने since it's been like 25 पता नहीं कितने मैचेस since he last didn't score a goal or assist. मतलब कैंप न्यू पे तो और like अवे भी पता ही है, तो like पूरी लीग I think मतलब हाँ you could say कि like Real Madrid like they had the 10th defeat of the campaign last night against पता नहीं the relegated team or I don't know,
Rayo Vallecano.
or like I think a lot of credit goes to Valverde as well. मतलब उसका एक और शायद था कि like he has only lost 3 matches,
league matches in 2 seasons.
And he gets massively criticized by Barcelona fans, by the way. I think it's unbelievable, by
I
the way.
think उनका बस यही है कि इतनी दफा लीग जीते हैं तो they all
हाँ उनको
all
बहुत
think कि
चाहिए,
बस
वो
लीग तो
पेप
बस है ही
फुटबॉल
है,
मांगते हैं, उनको पेप
मतलब ये
फुटबॉल
भी
नहीं
बहुत बड़ी
मिलेगी
अचीवमेंट
है.
होती है कि
और ये
team
football
उनको
world नहीं, I
वापस
mean
नहीं
Messi is very happy with Valverde as well. He said he
yeah.
wants to oversee his retirement with him.
आप ठीक है लास्ट ईयर चैंपियंस लीग में वो रोमा के खिलाफ उन्होंने जिस तरह किया, तो लाइक यू कैन ब्लेम Valverde उसके लिए स्पेसिफिकली, ठीक है he has some issues,
हाँ,
मतलब
पूरे सारी की सारी टीम उस वक्त जो है ना,
लेकिन यार
उसको एक चीज पे ब्लेम करते थे, जो आई थिंक बंदा था लास्ट सीजन चैंपियंस लीग में, ही डिडंट रोटेट इनफ इन ला लीगा. वो लीग काफी देर पहले जीत चुके थे, उसने रोटेट नहीं किया, मेसी वगैरह को खिलाता रहा, और मीनवाइल रियल ने रोनाल्डो वगैरह को रेस्ट किया था. जिडान कन्विंस रोनाल्डो,
लेकिन अब इस बार डिफेंसिव उनका थोड़ा सा अगर आप देखें ना काफी बेहतर हुए हैं पिछले साल से, और आई थिंक चैंपियंस लीग में तो सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट ये होता है कि आप कितना उस एंड ऑफ द साइड के ऊपर करते हो, क्योंकि आपके पास आगे मेसी है, लेकिन इफ यू कंसीड 3 एट होम टू रोमा देन दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू नीड टू लुक एट.
जो स्टैट अभी बता रहे थे वो थोड़ा सा गलत था. Messi's 10th league title, so he's been involved in almost 40% of Barcelona's total league titles.
Yeah.
But he has won league title in 67% of the seasons he's played. That's incredible. अब उसके जाने के बाद देखते हैं क्या होता है ला लीगा की. I think paradigm वापस shift हो सकता है. Do you think the rotation policy that Valverde has overseen this season, will it give them an edge that was not seen last season? इस दफा वो चैंपियंस लीग can they go all the way through?
I think it already has.
मतलब हाँ you could always see कि मतलब ठीक है they had United in the quarter finals, मतलब that wasn't the most difficult of the matches, like उसमें भी they drew away at Camp Nou, they won 1-0, लेकिन उधर at Camp Nou they were a different beast. तो मतलब उनका बस यही है कि they have to keep the tie open. मतलब अभी फर्स्ट लेग इनके तरह अगेंस्ट लिवरपूल कैंप नो, ये इनको थोड़ा डिसएडवांटेज हो गया. आई थिंक लिवरपूल हैव द एडवांटेज हियर कि सेकंड लेग इज एट एनफील्ड, लेकिन स्टिल दे हैव टू मेक श्योर कि मतलब
But the major difference that I see from last season is that this Barcelona side under Valverde gets the job done, gets what needs to be done, and I think in previous years, even in the previous year under Valverde, I think it wasn't the case. And again, that is down to all the structure and the system that he's pulled off, and that supports Messi up front as well, and it's also giving them a defensive shape that is very hard to break down.
Astute चीजें की है Vidal. By the way, won the 8th consecutive league title in 3 different countries. तो वो विडाल काफी उसके लिए एक स्ट्रीट स्मार्ट मिडफील्डर है जो आके ही इज वेरी एक्सपीरियंस्ड. उसके अलावा आई थिंक एक जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है नोट करने के लिए, लाइक हैज़ार्ड एट चेल्सी, द रेस्ट ऑफ द प्लेयर्स उनका ड्रॉप ऑफ बहुत ज़्यादा है मेसी के बाद. जब मेसी नहीं खेलता ना तो बार्सा कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट साइड. अभी लिवांटे के खिलाफ भी ही वाजंट प्लेइंग, लग रहा था कि कोई मतलब टॉप 4 साइड खेल रही है, कि उनसे गोल वगैरह भी नहीं हो रहा था. दे वर लुकिंग फॉर सर्चिंग फॉर आंसर्स, लेकिन नहीं मिल रहे थे. और जैसे ही वो आया गेम बदल गई है. एक वो भी इफेक्ट होता है कि वो पिच पे आती हैं रोनाल्डो और मेसी और द ऑपोजिशन नीड टू अप देयर गेम. इफ बार्सा डोंट इम्प्रूव वर्सेस लिवरपूल, जो उन्होंने लिवांटे के खिलाफ किया था, तो आई थिंक लिवरपूल माइट रिप देम अपार्ट, क्योंकि पेस ऑन द काउंटर तो बहुत ज़्यादा लिवरपूल की. एक मसला ये है कि लिवरपूल के लिए कि फर्मिनो इज अ डाउट, वी आर नॉट रियली श्योर हाउ दैट्स गोना गो, बट एट द सेम टाइम यू थिंक कि जो लिवरपूल की प्रेसिंग होती है विच इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड. बार्सा अनकैरेक्टरिस्टिकली यूनाइटेड के खिलाफ ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड पे प्रेस रेजिस्टेंट नहीं थी. उनसे नहीं खेला जा रहा था. बार्सा पर प्रेसिंग, उनसे बॉल लूज हो रही थी बहुत ही. आई थिंक अजीब मैच था. They couldn't keep the ball for long. If they are on that game, so I can see a Liverpool win even at Camp Nou. And by the way, Liverpool are the only English side to win at Camp Nou,
Yes, that's
which
fine.
I needed to highlight. So yeah, do you think Liverpool have a chance of upsetting? Obviously, it would be an upset. Camp Nou.
If there was one attack in the world, I would say they have a chance at scoring in Camp Nou. I think it's Liverpool's attack. They have scored at each and every ground. कोई match I don't think उनको किसी में Old Trafford पे ठीक है 2-3 दफा हुआ है लेकिन that's a separate story. Barca won't play that way obviously, and if they do play the way they usually do, Liverpool will have chances on the counter. लेकिन it's the जो दूसरी साइड ऑफ द पिच है ना उस पे सारे मैच डिपेंड करते हैं वेन डाइक की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और ये वो अगेंस्ट इंस्पायर्ड
Barca
Van
home
Dijk का stat है कि Van Dijk has not been dribbled against even once in the last 36 games, and if you take that back to last season, he has not been dribbled against in over 40 games. But now he's up against Leo Messi,
who by the way doesn't even need to dribble to get the job done again.
अब पता नहीं अब क्या होगा. Where do you see this going? Robertson and Van Dijk versus Messi.
First leg की अगर बात करें तो it's at Camp Nou, and when you guys are talking about Liverpool counter-attacking at the job and getting the job done, I don't think Barcelona will be as open because if you see the matches that they've played at home in the Champions League this season, they have been very compact defensively. The priority for me, I think Valverde doesn't want to concede at home. And I think that is the strategy that he will go with at Camp Nou. So I think the first leg it's not going to be a high scoring game. It's probably going to end up with 2 goals max. But in the second leg I think when it's
गोल की कोशिश करेंगे वो.
हाँ जहाँ लिवरपूल के स्टेडियम की बात आती है, I think then you can expect Robertson and Trent Arnold and to be a massive force up front because they've been I think the best right back left back combination in the league by far. And something that Chelsea
Ismail तुम्हें पूछता हूँ कि what do you want कि Liverpool to go ठीक है they will have the front three trying to get a goal लेकिन obviously a main aspect of the play is their wing backs like Robertson, Trent वगैरह तो do you see Klopp going कि उनको पुश करेगा या फिर बिल्कुल वो 4 तो पीछे होंगे एंड the midfield में अब midfield पे भी डिपेंड करता है कि क्या वो खिलाता है. What do you think क्या उसकी midfield क्या होगी और क्या वो अपना गेम प्लान चेंज करेगा वो प्रेसिंग वगैरह उनकी उसी तरह की होगी लेकिन या क्या पता हाफ प्रेस हो या उस तरफ फुल
यार आई थिंक गेम प्लान तकरीबन वही होगा विद माइनर ट्वीक्स. आई एम रियली इंटरेस्टेड टू सी व्हाट ही विल डू विद द फुल बैक्स क्योंकि फुल बैक्स हमारे ना हम सिटी की तरह प्ले मेकर्स फ्री एड्स नहीं खिलाते आगे. हम बेसिकली हमारी मिडफील्ड सारी रनिंग वगैरह करती है लेकिन हमारे फुल बैक्स क्रिएटिव हमारी फोर्स है. दे हैव गॉट द मोस्ट असिस्ट फॉर अस दिस सीजन. तो वो काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग होगा बिकॉज रॉबर्टसन जिसके आई थिंक 11 असिस्ट हैं प्रीमियर लीग में सीजन, वो मेसी की साइड पे क्या करेगा. तो आई एम नॉट रियली श्योर व्हाट क्लॉप विल डू. आई थिंक ही विल पुट फेबिनियो इन दैट लेफ्ट एरिया किसके आसपास के वो उसको कवर करे. रॉबर्टसन को आगे जाना होगा इफ यू वांट अ गोल बिकॉज माने ऑलवेज कट्स इनसाइड. बट एट द सेम टाइम आई थिंक नॉर्मली ये होता है कि वो हमेशा वैन डाइक को ट्रस्ट करता है कि 1-1 ड्यूल वो काउंटर पे देख लेगा लेकिन अब लियो मेसी है तो लेट्स सी हाउ ही अडैप्ट्स दैट. मिडफील्ड के हिसाब से I definitely think Fabinho is going to start अगर उसका वो concussion वाला issue नहीं है अब. उसके अलावा Naby Keita has put himself in the spotlight with his recent performances. Huddersfield के खिलाफ he was our best player. I think उसकी pressing वगैरह भी on point हो गई है. But at the same time he always trusts Gini Van Wijnaldum for these games. तो अब इसके ऊपर है कि will he go for a workman like midfield which he prefers in Champions League.
I think he will.
और फिर उसके हिसाब से ही विल मेक श्योर कि बुस्केट्स और आर्थर वगैरह को वो जरा वो करे और मेसी को भी कॉम्पैक्ट थोड़ा रखे स्पेस को. बट एट द सेम टाइम अ लॉट ऑफ लिवरपूल चांसेस डिपेंड ऑन कि वो आगे अटैक वगैरह किस तरह करते हैं एट कैंप न्यू.
Is it even smart to start Keita in the way no matter how good he's been?
यार नहीं आई डोंट थिंक करेगा. बट उसने अपने आप को कंटेंशन में डाला है शायद कुछ हो जाए.
Is it going to be Wijnaldum, Henderson and Fabinho या फिर Milner?
He's going to go for Fabinho, Henderson and Wijnaldum. और शायद Keita which I don't see is going to happen. बस मैं उस लेफ्ट साइड पे काफी वो कर रहा हूँ.
I think Milner को बहुत जरूरी है.
Milner would probably come off the bench again.
Milner slightly slow और वो इस बड़ी पिच पे शायद मिलनर को ना खिलाए क्योंकि देयर विल बी अ लॉट ऑफ
seen what Messi has done to Milner as well.
हां वो भी है यार वो तो मुझे लगता है उसको याद रहेगा.
What if Firmino doesn't start? What's the formation like then?
यार फॉर्मेशन आई थिंक सेम रहेगी. ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू bring in यार हो सकता है वैसे वो सलाह को सेंटर कर दे,
हाँ,
शकीली को
शकील
लेफ्ट
को
कर
ले आए।
राइट कर दे,
लेकिन I think शकील ने इतने
लेकिन
time
मुझे
से नहीं
लगता है कि
खेला,
उसने
so
एक
like-
चीज की है कि है कि वो ओरिगी को लेफ्ट पे
हाँ।
कर देता है, वाइड लेफ्ट,
माने को striker।
माने को सेंटर और फिर ना साला
It
ऑन
will
द
have to
राइट।
be a very big call
तो
because
बहुत
they-
बड़ी
I-
कॉल होगी। आई थिंक फिर्मिनो इज गोइंग टू मेक इट,
Firmino-
क्योंकि उसने
हाँ।
प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा था कि इफ इट्स बॉबी सो इज मोस्ट लाइकली गोइंग टू मेक इट बिकॉज ही डज। तो लेकिन अगर फिर्मिनो हुआ तो आई थिंक वी आर गोइंग टू एटलीस्ट लूज दिस लेग। तो ये है। Moving on to the next match, which is a really incredible match for the neutrals. That's Ajax versus Spurs. Speaking of Spurs, यार उनकी midfield की तो हालत काफ़ी ख़राब है। Their only good performance I think in the past 2 or 3 months has been the one against City in their home leg.
At their
और
home.
उसके अंदर उनकी मूसा सिसोको और विंग्स खेल रहे
हाँ।
थे। विंग्स इज आउट, सिसोको इज अ डाउट, उसका लेट फिटनेस टेस्ट है। और उसके अलावा जितनी भी उन्होंने मिडफील्डर्स ट्राई किए, वन्यामा और डेली एली को भी उधर बीच में खिलाया, इट्स नॉट वर्कड आउट। और एक वो फ्रीक जो उसकी मूव होती है जो डेनी रोज को बीच में ले आता है, जो मुझे अभी तक समझ नहीं आई क्यों करता है वो। सिटी और स्पर्स वाले मैच में लिटरली वो आया है और वो सिर्फ बर्नार्डो सिल्वा से लड़ा है कोई 10 मिनट और मैच खत्म हो गया। तो अब पता नहीं क्या करेगा बिकॉज आयैक्स आर इनक्रेडिबली स्ट्रॉन्ग इन मिडफील्ड और उनके तो आई थिंक सारे प्लेयर्स अवेलेबल, उनको ब्रेक भी
Break
मिली
भी
हुई
मिली है, they didn't tell
है।
the
डू यू थिंक
weekend.
पोचेटिनो इज राइट इन सेइंग दैट दे हैव एन अनफेयर एडवांटेज?
I think the Premier League has been at a disadvantage for I don't know a decade almost. If you look at the and
Nah,
Sarri
winter
has been
break
crying
bhi
over
nahi
that as well. If you play on Thursday night, why are you playing again on a Sunday night, and why is the fixture not rescheduled? I think that is something that the Premier League and the FA needs to look at because it's better for the league. Why not do it? Everyone else does it as well. But I don't think at this point in the season, I don't think it would have it matters as much because Spurs, the players that Spurs have out on injuries, they're not going to come back anytime soon anyway. Kane is out for the season, I think.
Yeah, Kane's out. Kane is out. Son is suspended.
Son is
Son
suspended
is
for the
not
first leg,
playing in
yes.
this match.
Oh.
The only thing that they have going is that this match is at home for them. I think. हाँ, at home है.
3
और
at the back.
दूसरी जो है away है. लेकिन Ajax away performances उनकी at the
Ajax को कोई
Bernabeu,
समझ नहीं हाल
at
पड़ता।
Juventus Turin काफी they've been amazing. So do you think Ajax will get
मतलब-
yet another away win at a big ground?
इस चैंपियंस लीग में ऑनेस्टली कुछ नहीं प्रेडिक्ट करने से
हाँ।
मैं बोल
I
तो
think
दूं मैं,
Ajax are
लेकिन
favorites by the way.
आयैक्स से फेवरेट्स फॉर मतलब यही जो केन
Considering
शॉन नहीं है,
Tottenham's
केन और
team.
सॉन जिनके दो बहुत
हाँ।
बड़े हैं। एली हैजंट बीन परफॉर्मिंग बेस्ट, मतलब काफी टाइम से मैं ये नोट कर रहा हूं कि लाइक वो नहीं स्टेप अप कर रहा है। लाइक एरिक्सन रह गया जो जेन्युइन अभी मैच कौन सा जितवाया था,
Brighton.
फिर
Big
88
match.
मिनट में
Big
मतलब
match.
वही कह रहा हूं, वो भी ही इज गेटिंग इनटू हिज ग्रूव अब तो। लेकिन यही है कि यू कैंट रिलाई ऑन एरिक्सन टू मतलब बेल यू आउट
Ericsson and Ali, दो ही
Ali को
player हैं,
मतलब
I
Ali
think.
has to step up
हाँ,
in this
इन
match.
दोनों को
Ericsson
करना पड़ेगा बस,
दोनों
और
करना
तो कोई
पड़ेगा and like they have to have a performance of मतलब उनकी पीछे डिफेंस तो अच्छी होती
हाँ।
है, लेकिन मिड में भी आयैक्स की मिड हैज ओवररन मतलब जुवेंटस की
हाँ।
मिडफील्ड, रियल मैड्रिड की मतलब द फेम्ड मॉडरिच, क्रूज, कैसेमीरो, तो लाइक स्पर्स की मिडफील्ड के लिए बहुत बड़ा टास्क है। लेकिन आई थिंक बस प्रेशर आयैक्स ने अभी तक तो बिल्कुल नहीं फील किया और आई थिंक ये एक बहुत बड़ी चीज हो सकती है, लाइक दे आर द फेवरेट्स फॉर दिस टाई और मतलब ये ना हो कि अब वो लोग
अब
प्रेशर फील
ओनस
करें।
उनके ऊपर है तो
मतलब
शायद आई थिंक टॉटनहम्स बेस्ट बेट इज कि योरेंटे स्टार्ट्स प्लेइंग ऑन ब्लिंड क्योंकि उसकी हाइट
हाँ।
एडवांटेज वगैरह और उस पे कोई
That
नॉकडाउन
can be
वगैरह
a-
करें। उसके अलावा आई डोंट थिंक अगर वो कन्वेंशनल आयैक्स को अपनी गेम पे मैच करेंगे तो दे विल जस्ट कम अप
Like, but these Spurs के ये I think set pieces मतलब Eriksen
हाँ.
delivery or like even in the game against City they got their winning goal
Yeah.
from the set piece. तो अगर नहीं भी कोई चीज करी तो they have to make those count because उनके center backs भी तो तीन वो Alder, Wered, Antonio और तीनों ही खिलाएगा I guess. तो और Ali भी है तो like वही एक major advantage I think उनकी रहेगी क्योंकि on the pitch तो Ajax हर टीम को
Ajax are playing like Sarri wants Chelsea to play, by the way. And again, that comes down to the argument whether you need a certain set of players to implement a style.
तो अब चल देखते हैं चेल्सी ट्रांसफर बैन अगर इस समय नहीं लगता तो व्हाट सारी विल डू। गाइस प्रेडिक्शंस, आई एम गोइंग टू पुट यू ऑन द स्पॉट।
the Barcelona Liverpool I think 2-1 to Barca at Camp Nou और Spurs Ajax so पता नहीं 1-1 मैं just
1-1.
I'm just going to give an overall prediction. I think Barca will go through
नहीं,
from
नहीं,
this time
पहले
and
इस मैच के लिए तो
Ajax
अगले पे इसी सोच के किया मैंने कि इस मैच और इस
अच्छा।
मैच का ये कंबाइन करते तो
Barca 2-0 Liverpool.
अच्छा, नो अवे गोल फॉर लिवरपूल।
Yeah, and I think 1-1 with Tottenham and Ajax.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 at the Camp Nou and a shock 1-0 win for Ajax at Spurs Stadium. That's been Pressing Matters for today. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos and our Facebook page. Until next time, Allah Hafiz.